My cousin falsely accused me of sexual assault. Family cut me off. Now she's dying. Admitted the truth, but they still want me to stay silent. I was 19 when my cousin Brittany destroyed my life with 4 words. He touched me inappropriately. We were at my aunt's house for Thanksgiving. About 30 family members packed into her living room. I'd barely even talked to Brittany that day. She was 16, sat on the opposite side of the room the whole time, and I maybe said hi when I walked in. That was it. 2 days later, my mom called me crying. Brittany told her parents that I'd cornered her in the upstairs bathroom and tried to force myself on her. My stomach dropped. I'd never been anywhere near the upstairs bathroom. I spent most of Thanksgiving in the garage with my uncle and my dad watching football, but nobody cared about that. Within 48 hours, my entire family had picked a side, and it wasn't mine. My aunt and uncle demanded I confess and apologize. My mom begged me to just say I was drunk and made a mistake, even though I hadn't been drinking. My dad was the only one who believed me at first, but even he started doubting me when Brittany gave this tearful statement to my grandparents. She said I'd been texting her weird messages for months. She showed them screenshots of messages that looked like they came from my number. Stuff like, I can't stop thinking about you and we should hang out alone sometime. I'd never sent anything like that in my life. I checked my phone records and those texts weren't in my history at all. Someone had faked them. But my family didn't want to hear it. They said I was calling a traumatized girl a liar. My grandma told me I was no longer welcome at family events until I took responsibility. My cousins blocked me on everything. Even my little sister stopped talking to me. I lost my entire family in less than a week. The worst part was college. Word spread around campus somehow. I got called into the dean's office for a meeting about the allegations. Even though Brittany never filed an official police report, the school launched an investigation. I had to sit through interviews where they asked me disgusting questions about my intentions and my character. My roommate moved out. Girls I'd been friends with for 2 years crossed the street when they saw me coming. I went from having a normal college life to being completely isolated in about 2 weeks. I ended up taking a leave of absence because I couldn't handle the stares and whispers anymore. I moved 3 hours away, got a job at a warehouse, and basically disappeared from everyone's life. For 6 years, I heard nothing from my family except one text from my dad on my birthday each year. Then last month, my mom called. Her voice sounded strange. She said Brittany had stage 4 cancer and wasn't expected to make it past Christmas. My first thought wasn't sympathy, it was anger. But then my mom said Brittany wanted to see me. She had something important to tell me before she died. I almost hung up, but something made me agree to go. I drove back to my hometown and met my mom at the hospital. Brittany looked terrible, skinny, pale, hooked up to machines. When she saw me, she started crying immediately. She asked everyone to leave the room. Then she told me the truth. She made the whole thing up, every single word. The texts were faked using some app her boyfriend at the time helped her download. She said she had a crush on some guy named Derek, and he'd asked her who the biggest loser in her family was. She said my name is a joke, and Derek dared her to ruin my life for $500. She was 16 and stupid and wanted to impress him. She never thought it would go as far as it did. When the family believed her immediately, she didn't know how to take it back without looking like a liar, so she just kept going with it. Brittany begged me to forgive her, said she'd been carrying this guilt for 6 years and couldn't die without making it right. I didn't say a word. I just walked out and found my mom in the waiting room. I told her everything Brittany had just confessed. My mom's face went white. She called my aunt and my grandma right there in the hospital hallway. They all came rushing to Brittany's room. I waited outside while Brittany told them the same story she told me. I could hear my aunt sobbing through the door. When they came out, my grandma hugged me and apologized. My aunt was crying too hard to speak, but then my uncle pulled me aside. He said they needed to ask me a favor. Brittany was dying. She had maybe 3 weeks left. Could I please just keep this quiet until after the funeral? The family didn't need this drama while they were grieving. They promised they'd tell everyone the truth eventually, but right now they just needed to focus on saying goodbye to Brittany. I couldn't believe what I was hearing. They wanted me to stay silent after 6 years of being called a predator? My mom actually agreed with them. She said making this public right now would just hurt everyone more. I looked at all of them standing there asking me to protect Brittany's reputation while mine was still destroyed. I said no. I drove straight to Facebook and posted everything. The confession, the fake texts, all of it. Tagged every single family member who'd cut me off. Within 2 hours, my phone was exploding. My family was furious, said I was cruel for exposing a dying girl, but my old college friends started reaching out. People apologized. My roommate sent me a long message saying he was sorry for believing rumors. Brittany died 3 weeks later. Half the family didn't speak to me at the funeral, but the other half finally knew the truth. And honestly, I didn't care about their forgiveness anymore. I just wanted my name back.